What is going on, everybody? It is Erock here, bringing you guys a brand new video. Hope you guys are all having a great day today. Today's video, I wanted to go over just a couple quick tips that could potentially help you with your aim when it comes to Apex Legends, whether you are on controller or if you are on mouse and keyboard. If you guys do find the video at all somewhat helpful, consider leaving a like on the video because that will help me determine if you guys do enjoy the content on the channel. And if you want to subscribe, go for it. It's absolutely free, so why not, I guess. So, all right, a couple tips here for you guys when it comes to aiming and everything. The first one, which is probably one of the most important, obviously, is understanding the recoil pattern of every weapon. I will leave a picture on screen of all of the weapon recoil patterns besides the Volt. This specific picture was not updated, but the Volt, there really is no recoil to begin with. So if you're having trouble with the Volt, I don't really know. It's literally no recoil. But anyway, yeah, if you want to take a picture of this of the screenshot or whatever, just to help you guys with the recoil patterns. If not, like I said, I've made a previous video on that. But the firing range definitely helps a lot with this. Once you understand the recoil, you can counter it while you fire the bolts going straight as possible. You want to find the guns that you are most comfortable with. So if you are interested with snipers or like the scout or something, just know there isn't much recoil with that. You just, you know, like slightly pull down when you're aiming. Shotguns, that's nothing to really worry about. But guns like the Alternator, the R99, the RE45, the R301, a lot of them are very similar. And then once you find those couple guns that you're super comfortable with, make sure you're running those in every game as possible. You want to go to your strengths, not your weaknesses in this game. Obviously, if you can't find the weapon you're looking for in games, that will happen, but definitely try and use those guns you're most comfortable with. In my personal opinion, my favorite guns are the R99, the Volt. I do like running the R99 in the Scout combo, Mastiff as well. Those guns I practice with the most out of all of them, and basically that's it. Just try and understand the recoil patterns as best as possible. The firing range is there for a reason, and when it comes to knowing the guns even more, you have to understand your engagement distance and bullet drop-off, which comes in the tip number 2. Again, the firing range helps with this as well. Knowing how far your enemies are and aiming higher to counteract the drop-off so they land is where you want. Obviously, the farther the distance you are away, the slightly higher you're going to have to aim. Again, with like the G7 Scout or something, you're going to have to aim a few notches above their head with the bullet drop on that specific gun, and other guns at distances, even like the Hemlock and potentially even snipers. Knowing the bullet drop and bullet lead and everything is super crucial, even when using a wingman and other guns like that. And then obviously when you're short to medium range, just aim for the head if possible and absolutely cook everyone in your way. Tip number 3 is you have to try and predict other players' movements. If someone is running to your left and they jump, you can guesstimate where they're going to aim and aim there instead of trying to aim at them directly in the air. This gives you a split second to predict your aim and shoot, which gives you a slight advantage to your opponent. It's not always the case to aim exactly and shoot right when you see someone. You have to, like I said, give a slight second here or there to determine where your players are going to be moving, because those split second decisions, if you're behind the enemy and you don't guesstimate and decide and don't predict where they are, it could throw you off, and that could mean a lot in Apex Legends when it comes to each and every specific fight. When you figure that out, and then you can start throwing in your own movement to it. If you're standing still in every fight, I'm going to tell you that's probably why you're losing 90 to 95% of your gun battles. Standing still in this game while shooting is not something you completely want to do. The only time you want to stand still while aiming and shooting in this game is if your opponent is aiming or standing still or whatever. Because if you're moving in on someone and they're sniping at another team, for instance, they're standing still and you run up on them and you're moving left and right for no reason when they're not even looking at you, kind of thing, that could throw your aim off even more. You could quickly get turned on and they can end up just taking you. So once you figure out player movements and start learning predictability and guessing where people are going to be, then you can start throwing in your own movements left and right, which will start to throw off your aim a little bit. But in time, as you practice that, that's going to help you take out more enemies, and it's going to help you improve your aim as well. And then number 4 comes to crosshair placement and overall your situations on the map of where you are. If you're up close, you want to aim right below people's necks. Recoil patterns on most of these guns make your guns kick upward. So if you are aiming for headshots, yes, your first bullet or two, if you're accurate, are going to hit the head, but then you're going to have to compensate for the recoil. So if you're not at the best recoil controller in the world, definitely aim for below the neck. Try and do the belly area to like I just said, like upper chest region, because those recoils are gonna go up and it's gonna get you with a couple headshot multipliers directly. When you're moving around the map as well, don't have your cursor and your reticle sporadically moving all over the place. You want to try and center your reticle as possible on your screen. When you're moving left and right, when you're going around corners, predict where you think people are going to be. If you're looking at the ground or looking at the sky turning corners, and then you have to move your aimer to that enemy, it's all gonna throw off your aim. You gotta... It's again back to predictability, keeping your crosshair center, predicting where people are going to be. And if you practice this over time, it's going to help you guys out in the long run, I promise. And when it comes to positioning, I've said this in so many videos before, but not a lot of people take it to heart. I mean, if you have very bad aim, if you have positioning in this game, positioning is everything. You could have the worst aim in the world, but if you have positioning or height on someone, if you have proper cover, if you have techniques where you pop out one side, reload, pop out another side just to be unpredictable, and your aim isn't as best, positioning is everything. You want to keep high ground on this game, moving about the map, left, right, dip, dodge, whatever you gotta do, be unpredictable, keep your crosshair centered, have the right sensitivity. I didn't really specify that. I've made a video previous again on like sensitivities you can try if you're just starting out. I've made ALC, advanced look control setting videos if you need to look at those. There's so many different videos I've made that could help you with aiming. So this is just another one to help reiterate things in Season 7 if you're new, if you've never seen the channel before, basically everything. So to further condense everything down really quick. Number 1, recoil patterns. Find the guns that you like, practice with them the most, and just absolutely do your best to your ability with those guns. Understanding your engagements, distance, there is bullet distance travel, there's bullet drop off, everything. You have to keep all that in mind. Not everything's going to be a short gun battle distance. Number 3, predict your players' movements. If they jump, where they're going, everything like that. Crosshair placement is number 4. Try and keep it directly where you think an opponent is going to be while you're rounding walls, climbing, everything. It's super, super important, trust me. And then obviously player movement on the map and your positioning. It's super important. Positioning is everything in Apex Legends. Your teammates, callouts, everything is going to help you with your aim overall, trust me. But that is a basic rundown of everything you need to help you guys with some sort of controller, mouse, whatever you're doing, aiming, tips, everything. If any part of this video helped you guys at all, consider leaving a like, commenting, and subscribing like I stated before. It always helps the channel grow. And that is going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for your time. Thank you guys for everything. And I will see you in the next one.